Hello, 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 hello. Welcome to another edition of Soccer As We Like It, the Man United edition, the channel for United fans. If you're watching us for the first time, please subscribe and please support this channel. Thank you very much. Well, well. Has the king been dethroned? Has the king fallen? Is this the end of the king? Is the goat finally turned to a sheep? Has the goat quit? Has the goat gone? Is this the end of greatest footballer of all time, our generation? My personal agreement, Cristiano Ronaldo. Is this the end? At 37 years of age, he still was making it work. Like you saw last season, he still scored 24 goals in a very depleted, screwed up, bad Man United team and became the main man still. Competing with the best, scoring and still could not get this team over the line to get to fourth spot. The rest we know is history. But he didn't go to preseason. He wanted out. He wanted to go to another club. He wanted to go to a club that plays Champions League football. Nobody wanted him. Yes, he still has what it takes. But over the course of time, you can't change time. I will say this. He's still my favorite player of all time. Growing up, it was Pele. And now it is Cristiano Ronaldo. For what he's achieved, his mentality, his work ethic, his ability to work and strive in the toughest and most toughest mentality environments and still come out on the other side unscathed. But the problem here is this the end of Cristiano Ronaldo? If you think Ronaldo is done, I don't want to hear people say, oh, he's done, oh, Ronaldo. I don't hear all that. Just from a footballing footballing perspective, as a United fan and as a football fan, if you follow Portugal, if you follow Manchester United, if you follow Real Madrid, I'm asking you, the impact he's made so far, do we think it has now come to a sudden, abrupt end? Last season, he scored 24 goals out in 37 appearances. Not bad for a 37-year-old. He dragged that team. He carried that team on his back. A guy who scored 444 goals in 415 games in La Liga. Unbeatable. Not going to be beaten in our lifetime. Champions League top scorer. First Champions League player, first player in Champions League to score 100 goals. Yes, it has declined because the teams he's played for have not really gone far. So, after he left Real Madrid, were we seeing the decline of Ronaldo? He was still able to win. He was still able to score 30 goals in Juventus and Serie A. They still won one La Liga. They managed to make top four. They won some other little trophies. But Ronaldo at the elite level, have we seen the best of him? Is he done? Has he passed his sell-by date? Is he just hanging on? We know he can't dribble as he doesn't take people on as he used to. I think the pace is slightly gone. He's lost a few yards in pace. His aerial ability, that's unquestionable. He's always going to be there in the air, hanging. But we've watched him this season. He's come in little bits. He's played. He was the main man last season. He's not the main man this season. Could that have affected his mental capacity? Could that have psychologically scarred him? His lack of preseason, his inability to get a club that plays Champions League football. Could that have scarred him? Is that a cumulative effect of what we're seeing now in the Cristiano Ronaldo? As in, not the man, the myth and the mystery, but a man who's a shadow of himself. Is he second guessing himself? Now he's second guessing. He's taking more steps. He'll take 2 steps instead of normally he would have taken 1, then shoot. Now he take 2, 1. It's like he's looking for the perfection now. Is it in his mind that because he has so many little game time, he's trying to make it count with the best one he can make? He played for Portugal last week and this week. He played against Portugal against Czechoslovakia. He got knocked out by the goalkeeper. He made 2 goals, 2 assists, but he didn't score. He missed a few chances. But the game that mattered most against Spain at home, all they needed was a draw. It's not his fault they conceded the goal. It was poor defending from the goalkeeper. But Ronaldo did have chances to put that game away, and he failed. Is it the lack of speed, the lack of confidence? Is it a lack of yards, a lack of timing? He's not able to get there as he used to get there. Or has the game changed so fast that he cannot keep up? What do you think? Is Ronaldo done? Is he finished? When I watched him yesterday, you could see he was struggling. When I say struggling, a guy who's no more sure of himself. The guy, that warrior who had that gladiator's badge, that gladiator's shield, was not there. You could just see so much stress on him, like he's unsure of himself, not actually confident. He's second guessing himself, having to take more touches, not getting there in time. I saw a good cross. They volleyed for him against Czechoslovakia. Old Ronaldo, the braid in a 25-yard power driver. Fell down, ball went up the sky. So he's lost that yard of space, that yard of speed. Is he done? This is definitely his last World Cup. This is definitely his last World Cup. I cannot see him playing in 2026 World Cup. Not going to happen. Because in 2020, he'll be 41. Can we say he shouldn't be written off? Can we say there's still a bit more left in his tank? Or are we going to say he's done, get rid of him in January, he's done, we don't need him anymore? Is that what we're going to say? I personally won't say that. I just feel it's a psychological thing. I think because he didn't get out of United, he didn't get his Champions League move. He's no more the main man. He's now getting bit part. It's like someone who was the lead in a movie. You now call back for the sequel, the next season of that movie. You're going to be not even co-starring. You're making guest appearances. You see what I mean? Cameo appearances. Yeah, let's make it that way. So you're not the main man. You're not co-starring. You're just guest appearing, cameo appearances. Like, oh, he was in the video, but you don't have a lot of lines for that video. See what I mean? But so the point here is every dog has his day. Same with Messi. Messi is not going to be. I think we were privileged and honored to be in the Ronaldo Messi era. They dominated La Liga. They won Ballon d'Ors. They won Champions Leagues. They won La Liga titles. Ronaldo's won three titles. Ronaldo's won league titles in every country he's played for: England, Spain, and Italy. Messi's won France and in Spain. He hasn't played anywhere else apart from Spain and France. But for Portugal, the fans were hoping and believing that he could get them to the European nations next year. But Ronaldo was, when the mind is willing but the body is not responding. I think, has Ronaldo got to that point whereby the mind wants to do it, but the body can't respond to it? The celebration is not there. The last time I saw this guy really destroy, in a World Cup was the World Cup 2018. He was 32 at the time when he scored the hat-trick against Spain. That was a classical. But the point here is this: can he come back? Is there still something left in his tank, in his legs, in his mind, in his body? He's still well cut. You won't see an ounce of fat in that guy. But the legs, can they accelerate as they used to get away from his opponents? This guy was a beast. I mean, a beast. This guy won 3 league titles in England, back to back, 07, 08, 09. Champions League, World Club Championship, 1 FA Cup, 3 League Cups, 3 Community Shields. He won Player of the Year, top scorer. He won it all. He won it all at Manutd. There's nothing he didn't win at Old Trafford at Manutd. He went to Spain, won it all. 4 Champions Leagues, 3 World Club Championships, 4 World Club Championships, the 3 La Liga titles. He was medals everywhere, trophies everywhere, top scorer, best goal scorer. He done. Went to Juventus, didn't win Champions League, won league titles. Serie A, um, the Scudetto, he won the Scudetto. Came to United, didn't win anything. This was the first time in a long time he's not won a trophy or has not played in Champions League in over 24 years. It's a long time. No, he's not. The last time he didn't play in Champions League was 03, which was 19 years ago. 19 years ago? Yeah, 19 years ago, the last time. He never played in Champions League. He's now in Europa League. Can he set the standard? But he's struggling. You could see he's struggling. He's breathing. When I was talking to my boy last week, we were talking to my boy Vim. He said you could see he's breathing. Bems, my boy, said he still probably needs pre-season. But after watching the two Portugal games, watching him play for United, he's just not there. It just feels he's not there. Are we expecting too much from him? Are we expecting the magic to come back? It's like a singer who's won all the Grammys. He's come out, time to retire, but he's still going on. And the voice can't carry it anymore. He can't dance anymore. Ain't got the moves, can't do the spins, can't do the moonwalk. It's kind of like that. So has the stage been now too much for Ronaldo? He has always set himself a very high standard. Has he set himself too high that he cannot eclipse it? Is he done? Is he finished? Is this the end of Ronaldo? After United, where next? USA, MLS, China, Saudi Arabia. What next for Ronaldo? But he still wants to play at the highest level. But even the Portuguese paper yesterday were even saying he's done. I found it. Okay, let's try to see if I can pull it up. Ronaldo, Cristiano Ronaldo. Oh, I don't know. Okay. So yeah, it just feels like he's still one of my favorite players to wear a Man United shirt after Brian Robson and Roy Keane. So I have an article in the Mirror. I'm gonna read that for you. Let me see. I can get it up. Is it? Okay. I'll read it out for you quickly. Oh dear. Minimize this. Can't even see. Go see. Woo. So let me get this together. Cristiano Ronaldo defended by Portugal boss. So what they're saying is, what they're saying is, people should not blame Ronaldo for Portugal's failure to qualify for the European League nations. Athletic. The Athletic covers a story. Let's see what the Athletic says. I'll read it out to you. Ronaldo off the pace for Portugal, but his confidence and Santos' trust remain undiminished. Okay. Cristiano has only started 3 games for Man United this season, with 2 of those coming in the Europa League against Real Sociedad and Sheriff Espano. His only Premiership League game was against Leicester City, which he missed a scissors kick. So that's not so bad, is it? They're making it sound like, but here's what it is. Oh, God. Right. So what we have here is a lot of press coverage on Cristiano Ronaldo. Cristiano Ronaldo, Portuguese newspapers give damning verdict on Man United star. Excuse me. Cristiano Ronaldo, Portuguese newspapers gave a damning verdict on Man United star. Cristiano Ronaldo came under heavy fire ahead of Portugal's UEFA Nations Portuguese clash with Spain on Tuesday night, on the back of a frustrating few weeks where Ronaldo's attempts to leave Man United were rebuffed, and he found himself stapled to Eric Ten Hag's bench. The 5-time Ballon d'Or winner has been slammed in his own country. That's because Ronaldo was heavily criticized in the Portuguese press on the back of the 4-0 win over Czechoslovakia, where he drew a blank and conceded a penalty. According to the Sun newspaper, according to the Sun newspaper in Portugal called Abola, went as far as dedicating the entire back page to the mission of dropping the Portuguese captain as they ran the headline: "Less Ronaldo, more Portugal." Wow, that is deep. The report said to have explained that despite Ronaldo's mass of caps and goals for his country, that he should be benched due to a lack of playing time for United in the 22-23 season. It was also suggested that Bruno Fernandes should step up into the leadership role during games, and a poll ran by the publication showed that 75% of the fans didn't want Ronaldo to start against Spain. A frustrating night for Ronaldo. So that's quite the set of volatile circumstances under which Ronaldo entered a crucial game against Portugal's Bahrain Liberal neighbors. And the pressure was cranked up even higher when, despite the pleas for Ronaldo not to start the game, Fernando Santos backed his star man from the off at the Estudio Municipal de Braga. However, despite such a show of faith, presenting the perfect opportunity for Ronaldo to raise 2 fingers to the doubters, it certainly wasn't a vintage performance from the Selectio captain, skipper. On a Oh, we have Joe joining us.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Joe. I'd given up, but I started the show. But I'm happy you joined. Welcome on. Thank you very much.
Okay, that's what's up. Hold on a second. I'm trying a new camera. So
you always buy new cameras.
I'm interested in them. I'm interested in the cameras.
Okay,
sound,
I have a project
mics.
for you, right?
Oh,
How
boy.
can I see? It's looking
Yeah.
burger. What I have for you is like I'm going to try and create a collage of clips. I'm going to cut all the clips into little bits, whereby I could put one sound that will overcome the other sounds that I pulled up from different clips. Do you understand what I mean? So I say like me and you now, right? If I cut this clip into a bit, I have another clip, I have another clip. But when I roll them into a collage, you still be hearing little bits. I want to put another sound over them. I know you have the skill set. Do I need to put a ticket in for that?
Yeah, you'll probably need some you'll probably need a mixer of some sort.
Right.
Something.
Well, it's something it's something you can do, right?
I mean, honestly, you should be able to do this with just some basic
I could do it with
video
basic.
editing software.
Yeah, but it's like I said, the sound. So, like I say, if I cut everything up, like chop them all into little bits, because they're gonna have to be like a 2 seconds, 3 seconds. It's just showing, in different parts, different bits. You won't even get to hear a lot because it's just cutting, cutting, cutting. Then you now want to have like a United have scored, something like a commentary over it as an intro instead of those clips coming up. If that makes sense, do you understand what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, I understand what you're saying. What you need is like a video editor that's like, you have to they're going to be tracks and they're going to be overlays,
Yes.
right? And as you put them in, right,
Mm.
each overlay is going to have its own sound. You
Yes.
need to get a video editor that for each individual track that you put in,
Uh,
you have the ability to mute it so that
ah.
the final product wouldn't have, you know, and you would have to like select which points, you would have to clip it where you would select each point where some of them will have audio and others won't,
Mm.
you know.
It's not an easy job.
That's that seems like something I I think I've seen some people do, but I
Right.
myself have not dabbled in that.
All
So
right. Are you coming on? Can we see you?
I'm trying to like
All right.
I'm troubleshooting right now. I'm trying this
You're
new
troubleshooting. So
and
I had
the
already
Zoom is
started the
actually
show.
frozen.
Oh,
The
God.
Zoom is actually frozen. Like I might have to like dip out real quick and come right
Dip out and
back
come
in.
back in. When you come back in, we come back with a video face.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what I'm trying to fix.
All right. Cool.
All right, bet.
All right. So yeah, Joe, the soul man, he's just trying to do some troubleshooting. So he's on the show. He'll be back. He'll be in the background trying to fix a few items. But we'll continue, as we said. But as I was telling you about the Portuguese newspaper called Alabola were criticizing Santos and saying, begging him not to start Ronaldo in the game against Spain. You see what I mean? They were begging him not to start Ronaldo in the game against Spain because they feel Ronaldo has kind of not had enough games at Manchester United this season to be guaranteed a starting spot. But just like every manager who knows his player believes this player will always deliver, but there are times he has the mind, but the legs and body are just not responding. Joining me today in Has the King Fallen? Has the crown been removed? Has the gladiator with his shield fallen? Or are we just waiting for a next stage for a guy to bow out of the stage? Or is just a temporary glitch? When you just have a little power outage. Is that the case? Joining me today is the soul man, the positive one from Mr. Red Army, Joe. Hello, mate.
What's going on, man? What's up? What's up?
Right. You know the header, you saw the title. Is it over for Ronaldo?
I wouldn't say it's over for Ronaldo, but Ronaldo needs to recognize that he is not the same type of player that he was. So he can't have the same level of expectation of production. And at those particular wages, there's a production level that's required of you. And with the game going the way it is, especially in the Prem, it seems like either the team has to um, highly invest in around him and provide him players that can get him the most quality balls. A lot of technical players can get him a lot of quality balls, or he has to change and maybe take a step back a little bit where he may not necessarily be the target man that he wants to be, that he feels like he still can be. So, it's up to him. It's up to
Right.
him. I surely think Cristiano still has more to give the world of football, but he might have to start considering in what aspect.
I threw a poll out today in a few WhatsApp fans and a few people on Twitter, but you could see where the arrow was going to the Ronaldo haters. Oh, he should just go and join Chicago Fire, some team, some MLS
No,
team.
no, 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 no,
And
no,
he needs to
no.
go to or he should go to China or go to Saudi Arabia and go and play with uh, uh,
To,
uh, uh, um, Igalo and play in Saudi Arabian league or go to the Chinese league. That he's down for European leagues. He needs to hang up his boots and understand. But you can see these are not Ronaldo fans. They're not football fans. They're just people who just whatever. I'm a Messi fan and
yeah,
no one else. That's it. But I always say every dog has his day. Ronaldo was the man last season. We're not seeing that level of Ronaldo this season.
yeah,
Yes, you could say no preseason, but now that he's not even going to be in Champions League, he's not the main man. He's not. So you've gone from the lead role in the movie. You're not even the co-star. You're making guest appearances. That's where
yeah,
he sees himself. You're just making camera like I'm in the video, like, but you have no lines
yeah.
for the productivity. So
And he's looking like an
Portugal
extra.
needed all they needed yesterday was a draw, and they would have qualified for European nations next year and join Italy, Holland, and Croatia. All they needed was a draw. But in the 88th minute, they were already nearly home and dry. I don't know if you saw the game. Did you see the game?
I did not.
A,
I'm a working man.
a ball came across at the far
Uh-huh.
post, and somebody headed it. The keeper went to follow across, and well, the ball. I mean, you should see the clip of it. The
Oh
goalkeeper
my
really
goodness,
messed
that
up
bad.
big time. It was that bad.
Yeesh.
And Morata, he was that close to the empty net just to scoop it in. 88th minute.
And it doesn't mean
Ronaldo
anything
had
for
two
Spain.
chances. He had chances in the game, but
Bad chances in the game.
couldn't
What?
connect, couldn't get there. So the Portuguese press finished him today. Like he should not. They were even saying he should not be going to that World Cup. I mean,
Don't
should
be
not. He should
fucking
go to the World Cup, but should not
yo,
be starting.
yo. Who's gonna start in front of Cristiano?
They think Jota and what's his name? There's another guy who played up front. They have the Jota and someone else. What's
Well, I mean, it is what it is. He's not as deadly. He's not as clinical. But man, if there was ever just a somebody to come off the bench, the idea that you're not gonna take this guy to the World Cup is ridiculous. Okay,
it
we
just? I
might
think it's
have
fans' frustration. I think the first
I mean,
because it was
it
at
could be,
home. They were at home. All they needed was
okay,
a draw. They did not need to win the game. But the way Santos set up was to, you know, sit back and hit on a break. But Spain
yeah,
needed a win. You know, the team
yeah,
that needs a win will keep going.
they'll keep coming at you.
And it takes
So,
one slip. You need to, when you watch that, you're like, nah, this keeper here should have done much better there. He really messed up. He
you
did.
had me.
She could pull it up. It was really poor. I was like, really, bro? 88th minute. 88th.
88 minute.
Yeah.
Man, that's a
But
rough one.
the Portuguese fans were so upset. And I get it. They thought Ronaldo should have scored one of the two chances he had. You know, in football, you don't take your chances, you pay the price. They feel
Mhm.
Santos is favoring Ronaldo. They think Santos and Ronaldo should leave and just they say, less Ronaldo, more Portugal. That was the slogan. Less Ronaldo, more Portugal.
You're saying this to a man whose name was synonymous with Portugal. Like there used to be no Portugal without Cristiano. He was like Garrett. He was like a more successful Garrett Bale.
Yeah,
You know,
this is just
one man.
after there are three names in three different eras that was synonymous to Portuguese football. Eusebio in the 60s and 70s, late 80s and 90s, Figo, Luis Figo. That guy was a don. Then 2000s, a young Cristiano came into the fold at 16, 17, and the rest is history. And there's been no one else ever since. The longevity is unbelievable. But does every dog have his day?
I'm trying to look at this shit.
He can't get into the first team in Man United. They're saying since he's not playing regular football, why is he starting for Portugal? He played against Czechoslovakia on Saturday. They won 4-0. He created 2 assists and had the bloody nose because the keeper and him clattered.
Yeah.
He made 2 assists for Delo. Delo, funny enough, Delo did not play yesterday, which was strange because they missed. I think they wanted someone to sit more deep than go forward.
I think that was a call from the Glazers or somebody at Manchester United. Say, yo, nah, my boy need to get ready for City in the weekend. All right.
I think so. I think so. Because he didn't play.
Did Bruno play?
Bruno played.
Whole game?
Yes, whole game.
Okay. All right.
Do you see the goal?
I didn't see it. What's going on right now?
You can pull up on YouTube, you see it. But there's so many scammers on YouTube. When I mean scammers, after the match, I went into so many YouTube players like that. It said highlights. So they show the teams coming out of there. They show the teams coming out.
Yo,
Video's
like,
over.
There's got to be a special place in hell for those. Yo, the guys that do that shit, man, that shit is so. Like, I don't even understand how
misleading. It's so misleading, and it's.
I ran into one where like you couldn't even because YouTube got rid of really got rid of the D-like like feature, right? So you can't. Before, whenever you would see these videos, you would see how many people dislike them, and that was a way of pushing them further and further down in the algorithm. So all you had to do was dislike them. But now it's based off of views. And as long as you are like somebody that's savvy enough to kind of grab as much attention as possible in that first 5 to 10 seconds, you can have straight trash for the rest of the video, right? But then be elevated to the first option.
Yeah, because I went into 2 videos yesterday. It showed the teams coming out of the tunnel. It cuts and shows a woman sewing. Now, I'm not lying, mate. A woman is sewing. I thought, I wrote there, this is a scam. You should be ashamed.
What was the name of that? It was a British artist. I think his name was like Ricky something. Never gonna give you
Rick Ashley.
Yo, a lot of those videos need instead of a lady sewing, they used to end up like that. Man, yo, that should be getting me so heated. But it is what it is. It's the internet.
Some other ones, it shows Spain 1, Portugal 0, and it shows a still picture on the front as the thumbnail. You go into it, it's FIFA.
Yo, the FIFA ones. Oh my god, yo!
I thought, are you for real, mate?
The FIFA ones are extra because like the person like went through like after watching the game actually went through the action of actually like playing and recording a whole game of him playing and recording a whole game and then like uploading that, and it's just like a lot of people got, there's a lot of people out there that's got a lot of time on their hands,
I'm telling you, mate. So you can't find the goal yet. Can't find the goal yet.
No, I saw the goal. It was,
what did you think?
Man. Yeah, it was.
The keeper really messed up big time.
Yeah, the keeper could have done better, but it was a good goal. It was a good goal. It was a good goal. So Ronaldo's chances definitely.
So he was, because that's Europa's League Nations final next year. Because 4 teams, two semi-final matches and one final. Because they repackaged this Nations League completely now. I think it's every 2 years.
I'm looking at this again, man. No, that's not the goalkeeper's fault, man. That defense was trash, man. That defense was trash. First of all, not challenge a guy outside of the box, which led to the cross, right?
Right.
the guy that was on the ball, uncontested, headed the ball towards the middle, uncontested, and the center back that was supposed to be following Morata completely lost in the offside trap. Nah, no, that was the defense. I can't put it on the goalkeeper.
So
The
that
goalkeeper
defender who was there when they headed the ball across the goal should have done better.
should have done better. Definitely should have done better. Ball watching.
With ball watching.
A lot of ball watching. They thought they had the game in the bag.
Yeah.
Like,
Remember, that's what they did. Remember that what they did.
Like the dude that had Morata just straight up just left him. That just left him.
Ball
I don't know
watching.
who was. Oh no, he was trying to set him up for an offside trap, but like the one that that was defending the guy that crossed the ball in, he was the last man.
Yeah.
So he tried to do offside trap, but that dude was the one that was keeping. Even if that guy would have kept Morata in play, he was the one that's keeping Morata in play. So that was just it was almost Maguire-esque to tell.
Remember, Portugal did the same thing against, who did they do
in
the World Cup qualification, that they had to go for a playoff. They had it won at 2-1. They considered a goal in the last minute to make it 3-2. They lost the final game of the group stage in the World Cup qualifications, so they had to now go for a playoff. They had the game won and lost at home 3-2. But remember, it was that same team they played that Ronaldo scored the ball. The ball went over the line. The guy went inside net to bring the ball because there's no VAR, and Ronaldo stormed off. It was the return game. That team now beat Portugal, who were leading 2-1. Considered two silly goals, as you said. The defense, they go to sleep at times at the wrong time, and they went for a playoff. They won all the games in the playoff. So they're in Qatar. That is they're in Qatar. But this game hurt the Portuguese fans. It hurt them. It really hurt them.
They'll be all right, though. They'll be all right.
That's why most of them are saying he should not go. Some said he should not go to the World Cup.
I mean, come on, man. Stop. Just come on, man. Like, okay, so like if you're French, right? Despite all the stuff that you've been hearing about Paul Pogba, if it turns up tomorrow that he is well enough to go to the World Cup, are you not gonna let him go into the World Cup because of the way he's been performing at United? You know what I mean? When it comes to certain players, you know, you just gotta have those tools in your toolbox, man. Like,
I think you can see. I think France are missing Pogba. You can see.
Yeah, they're missing Pogba.
They're missing Pogba in that middle creativity. I saw France got the out handed to them. They got beat by Denmark 2-0, man. Not a single reply.
Yeah,
2-0.
And it was well taken. Yeah, they were well taken care of. It was I guess maybe a shock to the body, maybe for France. You know, to maybe understand there's going to be some steep competition, even though a lot of the normal regulars are not going to be there or not in complete form.
You think Griezmann is going to be in that squad?
Oh, for sure. Griezmann's going to be in that squad.
He's going to be there.
Come on, man. That hair's undeniable. That hair's made for the World Cup. He's going.
You think that guy's going to the World Cup?
Yeah, that's the weirdest thing I've never understood about Spain. The way, like, they have been so disrespectful to David De Gea, right? They have been. I have never, like, wow. It's almost part of a small part of the reason why I fucks with De Gea hard. Like, the way Spain just doesn't recognize. I guess maybe they just want a certain kind of caliber of goalkeeper or whatever, but it is what it is, you know. And Casillas, the one before him, I mean, he was a very decent goalkeeper for them for a long time. You know,
he was there for a very long time.
You know that, and even when De Gea was balling out of control at United, Casillas, when it came to international football, was really that guy for them. You know, and he played as aggressively as they wanted. You know, but De Gea was just he was kind of like a wrong time, you know what I mean? So that's why he didn't really. I feel like that's why he didn't get too many caps, and I think maybe also because he didn't play in Spain You know, that was another reason.
Hmm.
You know, not playing in Spain, like, cause he played. I mean, Real Madrid, bro.
All his
Like,
life.
it's Real Madrid. Like, you can't. That's hard. That's gonna be hard to unseat somebody like that on an international
Yeah,
level.
yeah.
Country loves him that
And
much.
and the half of the Spanish national team made that Barca. It was half of Barca, half of Real Madrid. That was it. That was the
Yeah,
Spanish
that was
national
it.
team.
Yeah,
You know. And Mourinho used to be upset when he was manager of Madrid. Why they be hugging and shaking each other? He said, "No, no, you do that national team when you're this is war." He wanted to bring the animosity because say when you're too friendly, son, you forget to fight your enemy. There was a
yeah,
point there, but football has changed.
yeah,
These guys are exchanging shirts now.
yeah.
Roy Keane said he doesn't understand it, but it is what it is. You know,
I
these
don't
guys are friends
necessarily.
on they're all friends on the internet. You know.
You know what? I don't necessarily need my players to hate other players. I think I'm just fine with hating our fan, you know, just the fans hating each other.
Mm,
I'm totally fine with that. You know, keep the banter between it would be nice. Okay, so there might be some exceptions, you know, if you had some like Mancunians and stuff like that.
mm,
But you know, but maybe this is just me because I watch the game as a foreigner, you
mm,
know, somebody here in America. So I can imagine if I grew up in Manchester,
mm.
right? This is my tribe. This is, you
Right,
know, my
right,
tribe.
right.
This is our colors. And when you rock our colors, there's nothing else, right? So they need that same energy in their players, despite the fact that the dude grew up in Venezuela his whole life, you know, and probably wasn't even a fan of United growing up, you
True, true.
know. But as long as you wear our badge, we need you to turn into
Uh,
this gang member or something.
exactly, exactly.
But you know, it is what it is, man.
Right.
You know,
So we have a big game on Sunday, Manchester Derby.
yeah,
Rashford is 50-50. Marcel, we've not heard anything about Marcel, which I feel there's nothing to
yeah.
update, which means I don't think he's fit to play that game,
Don't seem like
which
it.
leaves us with Ronaldo, if he's even there. Because with Ronaldo now, is it psychological? Is it lack of confidence? Is it second? There was something you mentioned a few weeks ago. He's beginning to second guess himself.
Yeah,
Ronaldo that would one touch shoot. Now he's like he's
one
looking
touch,
for the
boom.
perfection.
Yeah, he's like he's trying to strike the ball, make sure like he's overthinking it. He's probably thinking, "Oh, I'm not concentrating enough." And the way I swing my leg, or where before it used to be just like instinct, just like muscle memory, just boom, like boom, you know? And I don't know if, and I get that, man. I get that. We've all been there. Tim, he's getting old. The man's getting old, man. We've all been there.
Yeah, yeah.
Like we're all
The
trying to, you
mind is
know,
okay to do it, but the body's not
yeah,
responding with the
body's
mind.
just not, body's just like, whoa, what are you doing? Like you ever seen like, you know, I'm sure you seen your son kicks the ball to you. You're like, oh yeah, I used to uh, uh, you know, you run around with your kid for about 15 minutes and you feel that for the rest of the day,
Mm-hmm.
especially when you wake up in the morning,
Mm.
you know. The fact that this guy has been able to perform at this level is astonishing. But yeah, it seems like it's reality, and that clock, that train is never late. Father Time is in town, and he needs to change his game, or maybe transition out. I don't want to see Ronaldo. He doesn't
In
really need the
MLS.
money. I don't want to see him in MLS. I really don't.
You
I
don't want
don't
to see
care
for
if he
Houston
plays
Dynamos?
Dynamo. I don't scrub ass like Houston. They don't have enough. They will never have the pull to get Cristiano Ronaldo.
LA
Like, and
Galaxy.
that's LA Galaxy, of course. Miami,
He
yeah,
could he
that
could
might
link
do
up
it.
with Wayne Rooney.
And DC, nah,
Mm.
DC's too cold. That's not Cristiano's style. Cristiano's going to Miami. I'm telling you that right now.
Or play
He's
for
going to
Beckham
Miami
Inter
with
Miami.
Beckham. That's where he's going, man. It's either that or LA Galaxy, yeah, for sure. But even if he played for the Red Bulls, I just don't want to see him there. Just like I I don't want to see that. It hurts me to see Ronaldo in the Europa League, and that is a top level, right? MLS are like multiple levels beneath that, and I don't want to see that. As much as I would enjoy
Saudi
it,
Arabia,
oh no, none of that, man,
China,
none of that. Well, you can't go to any. You cannot go. He can't go to any country, right? Where he can't go to any league where that's not the number one sport in that country. How about that? That's the rule, right? If that league is not the number one sport in that country, don't go there. So that definitely takes out the United States, because obviously it's the NFL, NBA, whatever, right? Definitely takes out Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Turkey, maybe Turkey.
China.
China. Now, aren't they like into more like gymnastics or something? I don't know. I don't think football is like their number one. I don't think so
They are
though. Like
trying.
I don't.
You notice that there was an influx of players going to China. Just going to get big money. Tevez
Yeah,
went
he was
there.
getting that
Fellaini
bag.
went there.
Yeah, yeah. And that COVID hit. And it was
Yeah.
like, that's how we got in Gallo. You know, it was like, yo, that COVID hit. It was like, hey, can you hold out Nigeria real quick? Just hook us up. All right, we was paying those big wages, like, and they couldn't handle it. We saved, we saved a lot of clubs during COVID.
Yeah, we did.
Sending people
So,
out on loan, paying their wages,
oh
all
yeah,
that.
yep. So, are the fans expecting too much from him? Is Ronaldo expecting too much from himself, or does he have to face reality? Like he needs to, like you said, adjust his game, and is it also his mind now? Confidence, is his confidence low?
I think Ronaldo, man, it's almost like a double-edged sword, because the kind of mentality that gets you to the position you are, in a way, it takes a lot of strength to look within yourself and understand that you have to make a shift. Where, a lot of times with these athletes, too often they just feel like they can still do it, and do it the same way they have been doing it, and demand everybody treat them the same way, and it's just, I hope he's able to recognize that sooner than later, and then maybe transition to something like maybe like a false nine or something. I don't know, because he's not necessarily like a great keeper of the ball, but it's the idea of him being such a threat that can give an opportunity for other people to be able to succeed. I don't know.
So with United now, so like the Portuguese papers were saying before the game against Spain, he should not have started because he wasn't playing for Man United. Just like how England selected Maguire, and we all saw
That's true.
the repercussions. We all saw Maguire was not fit. You saw that
Yeah.
German guy turn him inside out, conceded a penalty. You saw him lose the ball so far back in the German box, goal number 2. Then you saw him limping off. But
That's absolutely
but you
right.
ask yourself, Luke Shaw and Maguire have not played for 5 weeks for United in full games.
I'm
They've
not.
not, they,
Nope.
but they got full starting spots for England. Sancho, who's been fit, scoring goals, didn't even get a call up.
And assists.
And assists. And didn't get a call up. Rashford's injured, I get it.
I mean, we already knew who Southgate was. Southgate is no joke. Southgate is the English Ole. He is the same exact moves. These loyalty to these bum ass players.
I'm picking him for what he did in the Euros 6 months ago.
Oh my goodness. Nah, man. You gotta this loyalty shit.
You have to pick people on
this is
current
your country,
form.
man. How you pick the loyalty over a player, right? Over your duty to your country. That's what he's doing, right? For everybody that might be, I'm not even British. When I'm looking at some of the best players that I love to watch, and I want them to succeed, right? So, other than Ghana, right, a little bit United States, right? I'm really, England is just one of those countries that because of my familiarity with these players, I wanted them to succeed and I want them to do things, even though, of course, it would possibly, curse the earth with a scourge of Britons that would never shut up about it till eternity, right? I get that, right? I even despite that, right? You smiling like, yeah, you're right about that. It's gonna be another 100 years of us just being
football
complete
coming home. Football coming home.
But but Southgate, he's just making the same Ole moves, this loyalty to certain kind of players, this like counter-attacking football when you got killers. This is like
not till he brought on Saka. They were losing. That game was nearly over.
Look at that team, man. Look at that team. Like if Bielsa was managing the England team, you guys be scoring like 10 goals a game. Because you'll leak like 3, but you'll score 10. You'll score 10 because these guys, they're hungry, man.
They're hungry.
They all
but he is the loyalty, like I said, the Ole factor. I'll play you because I know what you've done or what you're capable of doing, but you're not doing it currently. You're off form, but I'll still play you. Maybe I'll play you back to form, and that was Ole's downfall. Playing the same guys over when they were so off form. Even like I said, Bailly only got a looking when Lindelof was injured or one of them was suspended. Considering he knew Bailly was better than the two combined somehow, but he had his favorites. And
a manager that does that, he has to know. Like, how do you not know how detrimental that is to your locker room? Where you have guys that are just as passionate as those guys that you keep putting out there to die. They're just as passionate for that to serve their country as Maguire, as Shaw, as some of these guys that keep sticking in there, right? But for whatever reason, you feel that your loyalty, right? It's lame. It's so lame. But of course, I think Gareth Southgate is also, he also recognizes who he is. It's too late to change the game plan right now. He's gonna be bored. You want to talk about Jose Mourinho? Gareth Southgate is about to bore us to death. I can't wait to that United States British game. That game is gonna be so boring. Yo, both teams. You can kind of understand it with the United States, right? But with England, with so much talent, so disappointing watching them play the way they do. But I think history is going to look back on this and see how it's going to be like a lost generation, man, because these guys are ballers, but it's whatever.
Right. Well, so like you said, it's the Ole factor, picking players who are not on form, but I'm picking for what you did last tournament, or what I know you can do, but you're not doing it now because you're off form. But I'll play you. You play yourself back to form, which doesn't really work that way.
Doesn't work.
Luke Shaw and Maguire were given starting lineups, even though they hadn't played for 5 games for Manchester United. Players who had been playing for Man United didn't get look-ins, but this is where we are. So, Portuguese fans are saying, should Santos now realize after the debacle of yesterday, with Ronaldo not playing regularly for Man United, should he be starting for Portugal in the World Cup?
Okay, so the way I look at it is, it depends, right? Maguire, I feel like Southgate felt himself justified to bring in Shaw and Maguire, right? Because he feels like, for whatever reason, they lost their positions in United. That is not what he's asking from them. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. He doesn't want Maguire to be Martinez. He doesn't want Shaw to be Malacia. So he's like, okay, keep him in. If the manager of Portugal still wants Ronaldo to play, if Ronaldo was unsuccessful at playing his style of football, the manager's style of football, he's gonna keep him in there, because he knows that Ronaldo is gonna, he's gonna come through, and he's counting on Ronaldo on transitioning and executing on some of the chances he gets, because he has this is his game plan. If that's his game plan, right, he's gonna keep Ronaldo in there, and and that's just how it is. It's kind of like with McTominay. McTominay's not playing fantastic, but he's doing exactly what Ten Hag wants him to do. So it doesn't at this point, it doesn't matter what his form looks like at United, because he looks at it like, I wouldn't be asking Cristiano Ronaldo to do that for me. I want Cristiano Ronaldo to do this for me.
Right.
And in doing this, he's doing it well.
That does make sense. Yeah. So you saw United players do very well in this instance. Did you get to see Eriksen's goal against Croatia? That was a last-minute goal. It was a 25-yard power driver. Absolutely brilliant.
Eriksen.
Martinez played well for Argentina. They were Argentina were actually in Miami.
Who would have thought it?
Argentina were in Miami. They played Honduras. They beat Honduras. Argentina are on a 13-game unbeaten run going into the World Cup.
With Martinez in back, it's looking peak, man, for Argentina, man.
They
won the
win the
Copa
World
America, won the Copa America. Yo, this this is what would be the thing that ends the conversation between Messi and Ronaldo.
Yes.
This would be the thing.
Yes.
And I say this as a pro CR7 GOAT, card-carrying member of the coalition. If Messi wins the World Cup, yeah, it's a wrap. It's just nothing you can do about it.
There's nothing he can do about it. There really isn't.
Nothing you can do about it. It's really not. It's almost like Liverpool winning the quadruple. Like, okay, we're done. We're done. Like half of our songs done. Half of our chants done. We're over here rewriting new chants for a new century, because that's what it's gonna take.
Right.
But yeah.
So yeah, Martinez played well. Varane played against Denmark, conceded 2 goals. He played them? I watched Denmark and France. Varane was very solid. Dalot scoring 2 goals for Portugal against Czechoslovakia on Saturday. That was really great. Your boy is coming to form. His goal he scored was on his left foot. He took this left shot so bad, like, wow, are you left-footed or right-footed? That was a beautiful goal. He didn't play yesterday. He didn't play. I was surprised why he didn't start, because maybe they had a phone call like,
yeah, he's done what he needed to do. He's for a game. So I can see why that happened.
McTominay played very well for Scotland. Did very well, bossing the midfield. He plays very deep for Scotland. I was watching United players around.
Yeah, I've seen him play centre back.
Yeah, he played well. Malaysia came up for Holland. They qualified for the European Nations League. They're in the finals for next year. Who else did I watch? I saw United's midfield, McTominay, saw Eriksen. Bruno did well, scored on Saturday for Portugal, but it all went wrong yesterday. Who else? I saw Maguire. We all saw what happened with Maguire for England. Luke Shaw scored. I didn't see any of the Swedish games, so I don't know if Elanga or Lindelof played. I think Lindelof is still injured, but Elanga. So I watched. De Gea didn't play for. He wasn't in goal for Spain. I think his Spanish career is over at some point.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know if he's going to. I don't know if they're taking him as the number 2 keeper to the World Cup. But the big question from Joe, you are saying, so after everything that's happened to Ronaldo, what should United expect from him going towards from this weekend to December to the World Cup? Because it's 6 weeks, and there are going to be 3 games a week after that. And most players are now going to be thinking, if I get injured now, I'm going to make the World Cup. So don't 50-50 challenges, people are going to start backing out.
Yeah.
I'm not going in. You see what I mean? So people are going to play a bit cautious because they want to go to the World Cup. But those players who are not in the World Cup might be more ferocious. You know what I mean? It's a 50-50. So what should we expect from Ronaldo? Should we expect it to go further downhill? Because it's literally swinging.
Hey, bro. You knew there was a World Cup when you signed that contract. Man, get your butt out there and win these games for us, because that's what you're here for. Okay, you're not here for the glory of Portugal. Nobody's here for the glory of England. Nobody's here. We're here for the glory of
Manchester
United.
United.
All right. So, I mean, yes, let's be careful, obviously, because you want to be careful regardless, right? I don't want people being reckless and getting injured for the league anyway. It doesn't benefit anyone, right? So on the regular, just be careful. I don't want people, going all straight up like Eric Bailly and just like put 150,000% out there and getting injured every game. So just be mindful. Don't get injured. Take it easy. Don't take it
Did
too
Ivory
easy.
Coast qualify
Be
for the World
aggressive.
Cup?
I don't know.
I think they did. Did they or they didn't?
This Ghanaian team that's going.
I know Ghana went. I know.
Yo,
I know. Senegal beat Egypt on penalties.
that's what's up.
Salah was upset because they also beat Egypt in the AFCON finals
AFCON.
on penalties as well. So Salah lost twice to Mane.
Yeah, that's
Is
what's up.
Ivory
I
Coast
mean,
there?
it's good to
I know
see.
Nigeria messed up on the final day.
Well, to Ghana, I'm freaking split on that, but I'm kind of.
There was a riot. The fans told the stadium down. There was a full riot after the game.
Nigeria's always, man. Yo, you think the English national team put you out through some roller coasters? Oh man, bro, Nigeria, like we
Football
just
is
come
their
up with new
passion.
ways,
Football is
man.
their passion.
We just come up with new ways. Just keep coming up with new ways, man. To just
Egypt is not there. So who from North? I know is Morocco in there. So who are the African qualifiers?
The African qualifiers are Algeria,
1,
Tunisia,
2.
Oh, wait a minute, but nope. Let me bring that back. Because
She's going to check and see who are the African qualification nations going into the World Cup. I think there's 6 or 5 now. Is it 6 now? I think Cameroon. Did Cameroon make it? While Joey's checking, so yes, we got a big game on Sunday against Manchester City. It's anyone's game.
It is not anyone's game. That is City's game. Stop playing. That is City's game. What's wrong with you?
You got to be optimistic. Yeah, optimistic but realistic.
Nah, man. Come on, bro. I mean,
the teams are not equally balanced. The teams are not equally balanced. I would say that they're not equally balanced.
Okay, how about this? I'm optimistic that it's not going to be. It might not be a shellacking because of our defense. We're gonna keep it tight. We're gonna bring it back. Not gonna be reckless. We have smarter defensive people. We have a more cohesive defense. I think maybe they'll give them a run for their money, but at the same time, City is still City, and I'm not sure if we'll just.
Aaron Haaland scored for Norway yesterday, but they lost.
Yeah, that's gonna be the kill, man. Yo, that's the matchup right there. That's what everybody's gonna tune in for. Like everybody, that's what everybody wants to see, right? And there needs to be pay-per-view, right? Of Graham Souness watching Martinez go up against Haaland. I mean, that right there, that needs to be with Roy Keane. Roy Keane needs to be there. And who else? Rio Ferdinand, Oh, okay. So Roy Keane, Rio, Carragher, and Souness.
I'll throw in Neville.
Yeah. Oh no, but that'll be unbalanced. That'll
okay. Yeah. 2-2, which
So, but yeah, I think maybe we'll
Ronaldo start
3-1. If Rashford's not fit, yeah, Ronaldo has to start because there's no noise
What
from
if United got a
Martial.
false nine against City?
I don't think we're gonna get. I don't see us getting that much of the ball for him to be
A false nine.
other players gonna have to come through, man. We're gonna need Sancho to come through. We're definitely gonna need
Anthony.
Anthony. Yo, Anthony needs to. This is one of those games. Anthony needs to understand. This is one of those games that make like generations of United fans remember your name. All right. In situations like this, where the team's not looking great, we are the underdogs of this game. It's at their home, you know. Is that the Emirates? No, not the Emirates. The fucking Etihad, right?
Yes.
So, scoring a goal in that kind of game, Boston, that kind of game, we still haven't seen this brother cook. We've seen him score, we've seen some flashes here and there, but he hasn't been cooking yet, especially his connection with Dalot on the right side. So we need to get those boys cooking. Hopefully that's what they're working on the rest of this week. So I'm not gonna say I'm confident, but I feel good. I feel good that the team's not gonna embarrass us. Hopefully, man. Hopefully they don't embarrass us, because like I would have been worried about being embarrassed. We got embarrassed so many times last season.
Yes.
Like for real, like traumatized, trauma.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So are we going to see United go out for City or sit back and hit them on a break?
We're definitely gonna sit back and hit them on the break. I mean, come on, man. I mean, of course, the best way to beat City is to
attack
on the front foot and attack them.
Right.
Because when they get their bells rung, they don't recover. They're not as mentally strong as we think they are. Right? They're only mentally strong.
Have they lost this season yet?
I'm not
sure.
Are they
still unbeaten?
I think that they might still be unbeaten.
They've just drawn a few games.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're about top of the league now.
I thought it was Arsenal.
Oh, yeah, Arsenal top of the league. Last game, yeah.
Arsenal top of the league. And enough one. Did you ever see that video clip going around of an elephant sitting on a tree? I don't wonder how it got there or when it's gonna fall off the tree of a tree branch. They show an Arsenal elephant sitting on the branch.
Yeah, I see that.
Sorry, good friends. It was hilarious. I had to throw that in. It was funny.
We
don't know how soon that branch is gonna snap. You don't know how the elephant got up to that branch.
Hey man, you better put some respect on their names, man. Those are the Invincibles of August, man. You better slow down, Tim. Put some respect on their name.
Said this thing could win the league.
Invincibles of August, man.
Yeah, of August.
For real. Put some respect, man.
Till they came to Old Trafford.
Wenger
said they could win the league. I don't know what he's talking about. But
what else is he supposed to say?
Exactly. Huh? So I'm not surprised.
What else is?
Someone said,
the thing. It's like the thing with Brandon Williams. Like, what do you think that kid is supposed to say?
Against Maguire.
Drunk as he was, he knew what the line was. Like, you don't. What are you talking about? You want him to be honest? He's on the same bench as his captain. You want him to be honest as his captain's a bum? Nah, man. Shit.
The way he was talking about his captain, you were talking about Maldini.
Man, you got to, everybody's got. First of all, we don't know how much Maguire is meant to, Maguire, for whatever he does on the pitch, we don't know what Maguire means to a lot of these kids in the locker room.
True.
We don't know what Maguire means to a lot of these kids in practice.
True.
It's obviously he's not a total shitbag, because then, if he's losing it in the and out in the field and then losing the locker room, I could have seen then maybe making a change a lot earlier. But it seems like He's doing what he needs to do as in the leaderships or whatever's going on in there, right? But this team, he's just backing his player, man. Let that kid go. I feel like if a player's out and about, enjoying his day, that's not the time to just like ambush him about this question about his. I kind of felt like I was kind of lame too. A lot of times you gotta let these guys live, man. They live. I'm like they spend. Like I've witnessed a child, that like whose dream was to play football, man. These guys, they eat, breathe, and live football their entire lives. And if they've made it or they're playing with Manchester United or childhood, they're fulfilling their dream. If they want to be out and about with their family, their girl, whatever, and just having a good time, just chilling, just let those people be, man. It's just like, they don't owe you that. No, all they owe you is what you see on the pitch. That's
100%.
all they owe you.
100%.
That's all they owe us, man.
That is 100% right.
People, I can see, take a picture here and there. Even that right there, you got there are times, you just gotta read the room. But I see too many times, I feel like a lot of it's unfortunate to watch a lot of these guys' personal space get invaded sometimes.
When Devin went to Old Trafford to watch a Man United game, this was recently or last season, and I don't know if you heard. I wonder if you on the thing. I think it was me and Ben's and he said Eric Bailly was walking, and he spoke something to French, something French, and Bailly turned like, oh, then Bailly came to him and they took pictures together. I said Bailly was impressed, like, oh, So he said when I was speaking to I said when I was speaking to Alexis Sanchez, he was speaking Spanish to the guy. I said, dang, you're just using all your lingos to speak to all these people.
Hey man, that's what's up. Hey. Hey, that's a superpower, man. Like knowing multiple languages, especially in Europe, it's such a nice rich gumbo they got out there. Everybody's out there. Spaniards, Portuguese, English, Indian, German, everybody's out there, so that if
Dutch, everything. It's a melting pot.
Being able to set yourself aside, apart in our fandom where a player can recognize you like that, like, yeah, I fucks with that. You think if I didn't have an advantage to have one of our players like come say what's up to me, I wouldn't pull it? Of course, man. Hell yeah. That's what's up. Props to him.
No, it's good. I was with me and Benz, we were like, wow, look at you.
Yeah, props to him.
Well, yes, it was the day we did United's biggest flops. I remember somebody was unavailable.
Hey man. It was Woo Day, but sorry, man. Sorry.
How was it?
It was fantastic. It was fantastic. Wu-Tang, Nas, Buster. It was amazing.
Wow. Was it a lot of people?
Oh yeah, they packed it. They packed the Toyota Center. They packed it.
Wow.
And Method Man showed up.
No, he didn't.
He did, and he's gonna be there for the rest of the tour. Method Man showed up.
Wow, that's nice.
What's up. It was good.
That's good. I tell you who I'd like to join them, but he's passed away now. What's the Flavor in the Air? Craig Mack.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's unfortunate I didn't get a chance to see X before he died, man. I wish I had gotten a chance to see DMX. Definitely.
Yeah, I've never seen him live. I've never seen him perform live. Yeah. I mean, I've seen early days when Snoop came out and Dre when they came out with the first Snoop album before the Chronic. They came to UK and they killed it. Then they just said our sisters was passing by. SWV dumped on the stage, killed it.
Oh wow! That's
so nice. We paid to watch hip hop. SWV came out, dropped free hits.
Oh man, I would love to see them too, man.
Nah, they killed it.
And Vogue, yeah, I would like
to see them too. I've seen on Vogue. Yeah. I've literally seen most of all the R&B artists back in the day. I've seen Keith Sweat 4 times.
Golly,
I'm not a big Keith Sweat fan, but I just ended up going to different people to go see the same guy. But he performed the same set with all the songs are on the same. They're the same. Like this guy would mix anything up.
You just must have been like the most unlucky man, the unluckiest man in the world, where you just randomly get caught up and going to go watch Keith Sweat all the time. Okay.
I saw Jodeci. couple of times.
Okay, that's what's up.
Jodeci were in their day, and the last time I saw Jodeci, only 2 members showed up. One was one was drunk in the hospital, and was taken to the hospital.
Yep, that's the VH1 movie coming up. You know it. It's in the works.
Oh God, them guys
They
was something
filming
else
it.
in the 90s. I swear, they were something
Right.
else. But
Yeah.
here's what it is. Right, it's been an absolute pleasure once again with the Soul Man talking about Ronaldo. He's saying Ronaldo isn't done. He's saying the guy just needs to get himself together. He's saying
Adapt and overcome.
just watch out for Ronaldo in Qatar. But what can he do for United now? Is what we're talking about. Can he deliver for United? We'll
Hopefully that'll be the catalyst. Hopefully that'll be the catalyst to get him to come back and to just ball out of control. Hopefully he's successful in the World Cup, and that brings his confidence a little bit higher. Brings him up to the next level when he comes back home.
All right, Joe, it's been an absolute pleasure. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. That's the best way to support and help this channel. Joe is in charge. Spotify, how we doing? Don't just go on Spotify, and Joe will take you to our channel. All right. Joe, it's been a pleasure. I will see you on Sunday. You coming to the game?
Yeah, I'll show up.
It's gonna be a big game, mate. Ooh, that's gonna be.
Man, yeah, it's a big one.
That's a big
I'll
one.
be there. You know it, man. You know I can't miss those. I can't miss that one, man. I'll be there.
I just hope we make it. Well, we'll see. I'll see you soon, bro. You have a nice evening, bro. Thank you very much. I'll take care of yourself.
All right, bro.
All right, mate. Thanks.